Hello, welcome to Using Trauma-Informed Strategies to Manage Behavior. My name is Rita Rasuli, Prevention Coordinator with San Joaquin County Office of Education. After this video, you will be able to understand behavior, learn about trauma response in relation to behavior, as well as long-term effects of delinquent behavior, understand the difference between punishment and discipline, learn strategies to help redirect behavior with long-term effects, as well as self-help strategies. Before trying to change a young person's behavior, it is important to understand what happened to them. Disruptive behavior many times is a sign of traumatic experiences. Unfortunately, exposure to trauma is common among youth. The American Psychological Association defines a traumatic event as a frightening, dangerous, or violent event that poses bodily or psychological harm or is a threat to a student's life or a loved one. Culture may impact how trauma is defined, expressed, and dealt with. Some traumatic events include gun violence, neglect, physical and/or sexual abuse, rape, domestic violence, family illness, car accident, as well as other events that elicit a fear response in an individual. Traumatic experiences can bring about strong emotions as well as physical reactions. The physiological response to fear will evoke the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn response. The behaviors you may see in the classroom will include, but not limited to, aggressive behavior, defiance, being hyperactive, arguing, screaming, or yelling, withdrawing, skipping class, daydreaming, disengaging, delayed or no response, numbness, refusing to answer, people-pleasing, and constantly apologizing. Trauma, specifically undealt trauma, can lead to anxiety, depression, personality disorders, eating disorders, defiant behavior, among other challenges. When trauma and stress are left unaddressed, there can be a significant impact on the student's emotional well-being, physical health, and academic success. Students who are exposed to trauma may exhibit disruptive, unacceptable, defiant, or inattentive behaviors in school. They also might have a disruption in cognitive skills like memory and attention. These behaviors may result in decreased academic performance and school engagement. These students may also have repeated tardiness and truancy. Without the proper interventions, these students are less likely to graduate high school and are more likely to engage in risky behaviors such as drug and alcohol misuse, promiscuity, engage in illegal activities, and violence. Let's look at some effective strategies to help reduce negative behaviors in the school setting. Punishment will not change behavior long term. This only has a short-term effect. Punishment focuses on the wrongdoing. It teaches through fear, shame, abandonment, and pain. It typically assumes negative intent and includes judgment. Punishment may have an immediate impact on stopping the behavior, but it will rarely be effective in changing behavior long term. Common outcomes of punishment may include child avoidance and shame. Discipline is more effective and has more of a long-term impact on behavior. The intent of discipline is more positive. It teaches through modeling, feedback, and coaching. The long-term effects of teaching include learning what is acceptable behavior, as well as recognizing and controlling behavior. Discipline focuses on the child rather than the behavior. It helps the child build the necessary and appropriate skills essential for healthy development. Healthy discipline can also include relevant consequences. What kind of help does the youth need? Try focusing on the source of the behavior. What resources could the student benefit from? Consider the role that the student's stress and trauma has on the behavior. Provide a safe space for the student to share. Show the student empathy and sensitivity while validating the student's experiences. Recognize what biases you may have or any other barriers that could impact the help that the student will receive. It is okay to not be able to or want to help. Find someone who can help the youth. Remember, each student has different experiences, and so the help they get should be individualized. Be aware of any physical signs of abuse or trauma that the student may have. Let the student know about mandated reporting or organizational laws that you are bound to. Be respectful of the student and family beliefs. This may affect how much the student is willing to share and the help they are willing to receive. Be patient. The student may not be willing or ready to share. Show genuine respect and concern for the student. Set appropriate expectations while modeling positive behavior such as emotion regulation. Praise good behavior and acknowledge achievements and success. Provide resources that may mitigate students' adversity. For example, if the family is experiencing economic difficulties, what are some local resources that can be utilized? Find out who can help. Look into any peer programs, clubs, counseling, medical professionals, or community members that the youth can connect to. If safe to do so, involve the family in conversations to help the youth. Help the youth find a self-care plan that may help to minimize stress. Self-care is more than finding ways to relax. It is about taking care of oneself in order to restore balance or find relief from life stressors, which leads to building resiliency. Self-care has been shown to improve happiness, increase energy, as well as reduce anxiety and depression. Consider the youth's personal beliefs and accessibility when helping them with their self-care plan. Remember, it is important to have your own self-care plan as well. There are many areas of self-care that can be beneficial. We will focus on 5 of those areas. Physical self-care involves taking care of the body. Is the student getting adequate sleep, eating a balanced diet, taking any needed prescribed medication, able to get proper exercise, attending necessary healthcare appointments, able to have access to needed hygiene products? Human beings are social beings who require connectedness. Social self-care is important in relationship building. Does the youth have positive peer interactions? Some things that a student may need are opportunities to have face-to-face interactions with friends, time to socialize positively with friends, learning to nurture relationships, access and availability to community events, engagements, and recreational activities. Mental self-care helps to keep the mind sharp while influencing your psychological well-being. Mental self-care helps you stay mentally healthy and includes activities such as practicing self-compassion and acceptance, reading books, watching movies, listening to music, working on puzzles, art, gardening, and learning about a subject that interests you. Depending on the individual and family beliefs, practicing mental self-care may also include individual therapy, group therapy, speaking to community elders or clergy. Mindfulness can be a way for a person to develop a deeper sense of meaning, understanding, or connection to the universe, which can be a protective factor and can be linked to a healthier lifestyle. Emotional self-care can help to build healthy coping skills. Emotional self-care strategies help to recognize, process, and express emotions in a safe and healthy way. Consider asking youth questions such as, what are some healthy ways you can process your emotions? Or are there any activities that help you feel recharged? These strategies can help to reduce aggressive behaviors and replace them with pro-social behaviors. Take time to assess the student's specific needs in order to tailor an individualized plan for self-care. Consider any stressors that may come up. Focus on the activities that the youth enjoys and do not push for any activities that may cause stress. Plan for any challenges. Think about any financial or logistic barriers that may come up and find alternatives. Advise the youth to take small steps. Encourage them to make time for their self-care plan. Local and national resources are available to help people who may be experiencing a crisis. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is a national hotline that is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to those in crisis. The number to call is 1-800-273-8255. 988 has been designated as the new 3-digit dialing code that will route callers to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. When people call, text, or chat 988, they will be connected to trained counselors that are part of the existing Lifeline network. These trained counselors will listen, understand how their problems are affecting them, provide support, and connect them to resources if necessary. The National Human Trafficking Hotline connects survivors and victims of labor and sex trafficking to resources that can help them find safety. The number is 1-888-373-7888. The Trevor Project is a 24/7 crisis intervention and suicide prevention for LGBTQ+ teens. Text START to 678-678. NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, is an organization whose purpose is to provide mental health support to those in need. Their helpline is available Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern. The phone number is 1-800-950-6264. Or text NAMI to 741-741 for free crisis counseling that is available 24/7. The California Healthy Kids Resource Center is a resource that is available to educators across California. This free lending library is available for educators to utilize within the classroom. Among other subject areas that promote health literacy, there are several curricula to choose from in social-emotional health. Now it's time to test your knowledge. Using your phone or tablet, please scan the QR code to take you to the Google form for assessment. Once you have successfully completed the assessment, you will receive a certificate of completion in the email you provide. Thank you for watching this presentation on using trauma-informed strategies to manage behaviors.